Hey, it's Eli K. Atlas, and in this video we're going to be talking about reinvention. And even though that is today's topic, I should forward this by saying how one should apply and interpret reinvention is totally open-ended, and I myself am still figuring this out in real time. Therefore, this is not a top number list or even an advice piece. It's more like a ramble. If you're into that kind of thing, make sure to stay tuned. More after the jump. To reinvent, we first have to define what that is. Depending on which dictionary you read, one of the definitions will probably paraphrase it as creating anew and making over. Okay, cool. So we take something old and redesign it. Now when you're talking about a design or a product, that is a bit simpler than a personal or even a business brand. More on that in a second. So why rebrand? I think the simplest reason would be relevance. The complicated reason would be demographics. For a personal brand, I think reinvention is necessary when you've passed a certain stage but then hit a crossroad. You've got to make your product, your prices, and your appearance line up, because these things don't always converge when you want them to. Although in a perfect world, for example, let's say you started marketing yourself as a burner phone. You start out cheap, convenient, pay as you go. Eventually people know you for that. But what if you want to compete with the iPhone? Expensive, high maintenance, subscription based? Well, it's going to take a lot of reinventing to get your core audience to make that change, especially when they could just get an iPhone. All that leads to the bigger question. How do you reinvent yourself? From my observations, the most important elements in all of this is appearance. You have to look relevant. Going back to the second point, tied very tightly to that is perception. Once your image makes sense, people are going to receive it differently. Although you can't always predict how that goes, try as you might. After that, believe it or not, is improving or changing the product itself. Whether you add or subtract, the quality of the product is actually the last link in the chain of reinvention. How I came to that conclusion? We've all had phone service providers that have done big overhauls, new ad campaign, and huge mergers, only to receive the same, usually bad, service. Now I'm not going to tell you to do that. I have a pretty strict quality over quantity policy. But I mean, all of that in mind, this is something I'm still trying to figure out how to apply to myself, honestly. Going back to the basics is the start, style-wise, and after that, everything else should snap into place. In theory. And after that are a bunch of calculations and estimates. I've been trying to be trendier these days, and I've seen them both hit and miss. All I know is, in the immortal words of Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. That about wraps it up for this week's video. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and share if you got something out of the video. The keyword for this year is share, share, share. Trying to get at least 1,000 views per video. 1,000 and up would be ideal. Make sure you guys leave some comments below about this topic. Reinvention. How do you do it? What do you think about it? Is it something you plan on doing? I suppose that's something you can't plan out. It's more of a necessity type of thing. So let me hear from you guys back on the topic. Make sure you leave your comments. Let's get a discussion going. I'm sure you guys have some really interesting ideas and really interesting references you can point me towards, and some of the viewers as well. Yeah, make sure you guys share again, comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you tune in next Friday for another episode of the For Future Reference vlog. Make sure you tune in on Mondays as well, so you can see speed drawings, tutorials, or anything else that I have on my desk. I always share it with you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for that if you're interested in that type of thing as well. All right, hopefully you guys got something out of this video. I will see you next week. Later.
Salam. Sumit mi sumiya. Anda to sa sana. Sa tanas po niya.